Never learned how to use a spoon. Come in.
It's time for your yearly review.
Okay, Rhino, we need to talk. I started this back when I made like a lot of YouTube videos, and I thought I would be more interested in going back and watching the previous year's videos, but I really only go back and watch them to see our good bits and the best of list at the end. And even if I wanted or needed to look back on any past year, I have it in writing, you know? So really this process has just kind of become an obligation that I've forced upon myself year after year, and all the while my free time and will dwindles away. And I think I want out.
There is one way to end the cycle.
What do you want?
5 years of your lifespan.
Oh, it's so many.
I'll take it from the end.
How do you know when that is?
Oh, I know when you die.
You know when I die?
Yeah. So is it a deal?
Can't I just give you like a gallon of my tears or something?
You'd have that in like 3 days.
Whoa, burn.
Cry about it.
I might. I have big feelings and I'm not going to apologize for that.
Keep your tears and your lifespan. Just don't come crying to me when you miss me next year.
Wait, is that what this is about? Rhino, you don't need an excuse to come visit me. I'm happy to see you on New Year's, whether there's a yearly review or not.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Here, how about this? I'll do a yearly review this year as kind of a send-off, and then next year you can come over and we can just watch some fireworks or something.
Can I bring my friend Gregory?
I mean, I kind of thought this was like a touching, just us bonding kind of thing.
Gregory or bust.
Who is that?
My mom's personal trainer's second cousin.
No, you can't bring him.
Fine. I'll see you next year. Bring your lifespan.
Not much of a choice. Learn to close a door. He's exhausting, but I love him. Alright everyone, as you may or may not have just heard, this might be my last yearly review, and since they keep getting longer and longer, which doesn't help that the sketches are getting longer and longer, I'm gonna try to keep this one as brief as possible by only saying one highlight of every month. Can we get this one under 20 minutes? Let's see. But do stick around for the end because, like always, I'll be doing my top songs, games, TV shows, and movies of 2021. Also, there's gonna be the sounds of cars passing. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Okay, we gotta go! January. So you might remember from last year's yearly review, you don't worry about it, that I was talking about a movie in December that I was prepping for, but I couldn't say anything about it because it was so in the works. Well, the movie and the cast have officially been announced on IMDb, so now I can talk about it! So in January, I was in the running for the character of Stella in the movie Tall Girl 2, which is kind of fun because when the first Tall Girl movie was being cast, I got like a director's callback for the lead, Jodie, and so it was cool to be brought back to audition for the second one as well. So for that character, I was auditioning to play a 17-year-old blonde Swedish girl. And everything about me reads 17-year-old blonde Swedish girl, I know. And yes, of course, if I had gotten the role, they would have bleached my hair blonde, and actually, I mean, I'm not terrible as a blonde. But that's why I was amazingly surprised to receive a director's callback in January and then in February, but this doesn't count as February's highlight because I got other shit to talk about. But I even the next month got to the chemistry read. And for those of you not in the acting biz, a chemistry read is where you read with the rest of the cast to see if you fit in, and a lot of times it's the last step of the casting process. Regardless though, honestly, it was such an honor to get so far in the process for a role that like I didn't naturally kind of fit. Which usually means that there was probably someone in the room who was really pulling for me, and I just appreciate that so much, and I'm very grateful for that, and it was just a really fun experience. February. In February, I was flown out to Arizona to shoot the lead of a short film called More Than Meets the Eye, which hopefully I'm gonna get my hands on soon, I think. And I think that might be the first time I've ever been flown out to do a paid shoot. I might be lying about that. I don't know. But it was cool. March. In March, I decided I was gonna write some handwritten letters to friends and family. A few years ago, a friend of mine had written me a letter, seemingly out of the blue, in which she just like was so just kind and complimentary and just it was really a wonderful letter. And I remembered what joy that sparked in me. And since everyone had been feeling down, you know, we're still doing the whole 2021 thing, I just wanted to bring that joy to other people's lives. And so I wrote to tell my family, each family member, how much I cared about them and what I admired in them and whatnot. And then I did an Instagram story to ask which of my friends would like a letter. And then I chose people where I felt like I didn't ordinarily have the opportunity in real life to express how I felt about them, what I thought about them, what I admired in them. And I chose those people and wrote them some letters. And I had nice stationery and I used a little calligraphy pen. I thought this was gonna be a small project. It took the entire month. However, it was totally worth it, extremely rewarding process. And if you want to make someone else's day and your own, write someone a freaking letter. It's so good. April. In April, I recorded and shot my version of Poor Unfortunate Souls. The lighting is gonna change so much. Oh no. You know, I should really be over here anyway. I do this every time. So I recorded the vocals and shot my version of Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid. In this reimagining, Ursula is a snaky industry agent and Ariel is a hopeful young actress played by Katie Buderwitz. I really like it. I'm really proud of it. And if you haven't seen it, go back. May. In May, I decided to take up ukulele. I was tired, gosh darn it, of not being able to play an instrument, and I thought the ukulele would be a great beginner's instrument for me to learn. And I got to do something really special, and I secretly learned You Are My Sunshine on the ukulele, so that for Mother's Day, I could surprise my mom by playing and singing it for her. And that was just so lovely. June. In June, I produced and shot another Disney cover, and that was Home from Beauty and the Beast. Home is a song that is exclusive to the musical, and I was so sad when they left it out of the live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast, because it's such a lovely song. It takes place right after she's agreed to trade places with her father as Beast's prisoner, and her father is taken away, and she goes to her room, and she laments about wanting to be home and what home is. It's just so lovely. Oh, this ain't great. This is how you know it's taking too long. P.S. My only regret in making that video is that there's a line where I say, what I give to return to the life that I knew lately, but I know that I can't solve my problems going back. And I sang it this way because when I looked at the lyrics to the song, like every freaking version practically said those lyrics. But I have remembered that there was one version I heard where she says, what I give to return to the life that I knew lately, and to think I complained of that dull provincial town. But I couldn't, but most of the lyrics that I found were the first one, but I should have just done the second one, because I recently found another version that used that, and I'm like, I just like those lyrics more. And I'm sad that I didn't stick to my own guns and do just the line that I liked better, but whatever, it's fine. I'm clearly over it. I'm doing a bonus highlight, shh, don't tell. I also bought a Switch, and that was a really big deal because now I can catch up on all the Switch games, and it's been really fun to stream. Also, speaking of, okay, overall, all this year I've been streaming. I stream 4 days a week. It's awesome. I love it. Watch me stream if you're not already. It's fun. It's a good time. I'm getting so, why am I getting so worked up? July. This month, Carissa came to LA, and we did so many fun things. We streamed together where we played ukulele and we sang. We went to the park. We went to the beach. We watched Howl's Moving Castle. We hiked Griffith. Amazing time all around with my best friend. August. In August, I took a trip here to Austin for my papa's birthday. And we also did so many fun things. We had yummy dinners. We went mini golfing. We took walks at a park. We played Rummy Cube. We watched Hairspray and The King's Speech. He liked both of those. A great time with my papa and the family overall. September. In September, there was a huge event, and that was I got my first full-time salary job. Holy tamale. And it's such a cool job too. So I am officially working at New Rockstars, which is a channel that covers a lot of Marvel stuff, a lot of just nerd culture stuff in general, which also meant that in September I had to start my Marvel movie watching journey, which actually took me 2 months, I think. But yeah, I had to watch all 25 Marvel movies that had been released up until that point and 4 Marvel TV shows. There's a lot of Marvel that month. A lot of it. A lot of it. But I'm so excited for what I'm doing there. I love my coworkers, I love the job, it's very exciting. October! So probably the biggest highlight of my October was my birthday stream. I was laughing so freaking hard that night. We got a bunch of my community members in for a little Halloween / Anna's birthday Animal Crossing party that I set up, and the chaos that ensued, it was just so funny. I love my community so much. I'll insert a clip where I just died. We were basically running around my island for a while, and I thought this one person had left like 30 minutes ago, and then out of nowhere he shows up in a serial killer mask, and for some reason, like, that just set me off, man. Here's that moment.
You can take the right side. Yeah. Nope, there's not a chair there. There's not a chair there, friend. Can we sit our backsides in a chair? Somewhere where a chair is? There are lots of open ones. Oh, wrong town. Wrong time. I noticed you got up from your seat, bud. Why are you standing up?
It was so much fun. And then we also played Jackbox games, and some lovely community members left me just these beautiful, beautiful birthday messages that I listened to. It was just so sweet and wholesome and fun, and just such a highlight of the month. Thank you so much to anyone who's watching who was there. What a great night. November. So as some of you may or may not know or remember, I am the maid of honor for my bestie Carissa's wedding, which is actually this month. It's in January. So throughout the whole process, I've been making this like to-do chart, if you will, of steps that should be getting done each month leading up to the wedding. And then we've been Skyping once a month to just go through that list, see what she needs to do, see what I need to do, and just keep everything running smoothly and organized. And in November, I completely finished editing that document. We still have things to check off, but like the document itself is done. And it really just makes me proud of both of us of how much work we've done for this wedding. I mean, listen, mostly her. 95% her. But it's just such a nice feeling to like step back and be like, we're pretty much there. And I've been so honored that I could be there for her every step of the way. December! And then in December, my highlight's gotta be going to New York for Christmas and seeing my family. We had it planned so that me and my brother and my dad and my mom would all go to New York, where my sister and her husband and new baby live. I guess the baby's not brand new. He's over a year old, but it was my first time meeting him, so that was a big deal. And we hadn't all been together in 2 years, so it was just so wonderful to be reunited again. The child was adorable. The food was immaculate. Really though, y'all, my sister's husband is like an insanely good cook, and my dad is an insanely good cook, so we ate well. And we got to do our traditional Danish Christmas celebration with duck and pork roast and yellow potatoes with brown gravy and red cabbage and risalamande, which is like a rice pudding with hot cherry sauce on it, and you try to like eat and find the whole almond. There are a bunch of like little almond slivers in it, but there's one whole almond, and whoever finds it gets the prize. And guess who won it this year? Yeah, I'm amazing, thank you. But yeah, and then we took a little walk around Beacon too, went to a lovely glass shop. We also stopped and got little snacky snacks at a Doctor Who themed restaurant, which was pretty rad. Anyway, it was an amazing time. My little nephew is just the cutest. I taught him Do a Deer and Bitty Bitty Bum Bum, and he danced along. It was just the best. Then my dad and I flew to Austin from there, which is where I am now, preparing for the wedding festivities. Woo! We did it! We did it! But there's one thing left to go, and that is the best of lists of 2021. Same disclaimer as always, these are not necessarily things that came out in 2021, but they are things that influenced me the most in 2021. You know? Let's start with top 3 movies. Number 3 is Midsummer. This is a horror movie, but it's really more of a psychological thriller. It is visually stunning, it really sticks with you, and it gets my number 3 spot. Number 2 is Bo Burnham's latest special, Inside. It's been really wild to see the evolution of this gentleman, and I think this was just a really impactful piece. Got the job done, you know? And I love the song All Eyes on Me. And number 1 goes to Spider-Man
No Way Home.
Which, did I ever think I would put a superhero movie in first place in my rankings? When it's put alongside regular movies? No, but this is a good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it and even went back to see it a second time and was excited to see it a second time. I'm a changed woman. And I want to give an honorable mention to the movie in and of itself. It's a show that combines magic with storytelling, and it's also really impactful and meaningful. Like, it's really good, and you should definitely check it out. I don't really know why it didn't make the top 3 list. I guess I reason it out because it's like a taped performance instead of like a movie. I don't know, man. Top TV shows. Number 3 is Nathan For You, which I just started watching this year. I am just in awe at not only his ability to find these people and get them to say and do what they say and do, but his ability to keep a straight face through all of it, astounding. I have never found a TV show where I physically cringe watching it more, and it's incredible. Number 2 is Squid Game. I really loved Squid Game. I thought all of the main actors were incredible, all of the females were total badasses, and I was enthralled. Big recommend. And first place, yo, it goes to another Marvel one. It was WandaVision. WandaVision was such a good show. Every episode is kind of like a different style, and they do that style so well. The plot, super intriguing. Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, Catherine Hahn's performances were all so good. Like, it was just a good show, period. Honorable mention, because you know I gotta, goes to Attack on Titan for all you anime lovers. This couldn't make the list because I only got to season 2, sorry. But I really liked what I did see, and I very very well might go back to that series. Top songs! I have 5, but I'm gonna breeze through them, I promise. We've got Jesus in LA by Alec Benjamin. I'm Not Gonna Teach Your Boyfriend How to Dance With You by the band Black Kids. The Upside by Lindsey Sterling featuring Elle King. Beautiful Mistakes by Maroon 5 and Megan Thee Stallion. And Stay by Justin Bieber and the Kid Laroi. And a little honorable mention to the song Same Old Energy by Kiki Rockwell. I just discovered it right at the end of the year, so that's why it gets an honorable mention, but such a cool song, such a cool music video, so check that out as well. Side note, sometimes when I make my top songs list, I have to go back to previous year's reviews and make sure I didn't use the same ones. And sometimes I can't believe the songs that didn't make it on my previous year's lists. Shout out to Blinding Lights, Strawberries and Cigarettes, Boys Will Be Boys, and Water Fountain. Y'all deserved better. And finally, top games. We have number 3, A Night in the Woods. This is such a good game. The story's really cool and compelling. The visual art style is really awesome. I love the characters' dialogue, like written so well. And it is just the perfect mix of like funny, but really deep and sad at moments, and spooky, a little bit spooky. It's a perfect blend of all of the above. This game's a bit overlooked, and I really recommend you play it if you haven't. The number 2 spot goes to Animal Crossing, specifically the Happy Homes DLC. Y'all, I do not purchase DLC like ever. This is the first DLC I have ever purchased, and I have been making homes non-stop. I've designed over 40 homes. Basically, they give you a theme and a few pieces of furniture, like 2 or 3 pieces of furniture that you have to use, and then the rest is just completely up to you. It's so good. And number 1 goes to Pokemon Unite, which is a MOBA that uses the Pokemon characters. I, may or may not have reached Master's Class in both seasons. Just, no big deal. Just, top rank both seasons. No big deal. Master Class, ugh. And I've poured in more hours than I can count into that game this year to reach Master Class, Did I mention I reached Master Class both seasons? Okay, just making sure. And honorable mention goes to Inscription. It gets honorable mention on the list because I haven't finished it yet. I got to somewhere around the middle and then kind of got stuck and discouraged. I don't want to spoil anything, but I got past that and I got to the next bit, and I do plan on finishing it this month because I'm back in. But I have been told, and I am currently experiencing, that the first part of this game is really the strongest part of the game, and it is very strong. It's basically a card battling game like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, but with like a spooky twist and a story behind it. I haven't quite experienced anything like it, so it definitely deserves an honorable mention, but until I beat it, it can't go on the list. You know what I mean? Y'all, that's it! We did it! The sun's like down, and there's my dad. Hi, Papa. Hi. So that was my 2021. Will I do this again next year? I don't know, folks. I don't know. We'll see. It's a lot of editing. It takes so long to shoot. It takes so long to edit. And like I said, I don't really go back and watch them. But maybe inspiration, motivation will strike me again next year. Who knows? Either way, don't worry. Rhino and I will continue hanging out every year. Kind of a love-hate relationship we've got. And if you ever need more of me, I'm streaming 4 days a week on Twitch. You can find me on my socials. I'm places, folks. I'm everywhere. I hope you all had an amazing year as well, and I will see you somewhere. Here, there, who knows? All right, I've got to go, live life. Happy 2022! Bye!